Make our way back in, everybody. If you're outside, we're moving on to the next stage. Moving on to the meet and greet. So open up your books. You've got your books in front of you. Go to the meet and greet page, guys. Every single one of you. And let's move on with sales training now. All right. So when we look at our page of the meet and greet, you'll notice that there's 6 boxes. We're going to understand what a meet and greet is and then what those 6 pieces of information are. Because there's 6 things that you need to get from every client, and if you don't get this in an initial interaction, then you're failing yourself as a sales consultant. I know it's harsh words. Again, my point is not to be nice and fuzzy. It's to give you guys the real truth so you guys can develop a change. So a meet and greet, what is a meet and greet? A meet and greet is our first interaction with a client. Whether it's via telephone, whether it's via display walk-in, it's the client's first interaction with us. Now, hands up, genuinely, if you work in a display, because I was on a training call with one of you guys just last week, one of the guys I'm helping out, and I saw him do it, and I pretty much yelled at him. Hands up if you are in a display as a salesperson and you have stayed seated when someone's walked into your display. Put your hands up, guys. Don't be ashamed. I know you all do. Anyone who works in a display, I know, and the franchisees, the same. If you stay seated in your chair, you're disrespecting your clients. Think about it. I want to ask you this question. What is it in this world, anything in this world that you buy over $10,000 that you don't have a personal assistant helping you through? I bought a nice watch. This watch here is only $5,000 and I had a personal assistant. I have other watches. I've always had personal assistants for that. If I go and buy a car, personal assistant. Go buy a yacht, personal assistant. I go and buy anything over $10,000, I have a personal assistant. Why is it when people are spending $500,000 or $1 million with us, we can't even get out of our chairs for them? You need to understand what you're selling. It's key. In a meet and greet and opening of a sale, that is the time where the client takes the first impression of us and our professionalism. If you want to sit there in your chair and pretend like it's not important enough for you to get up because you're busy, what is that portraying to the customer? Because again, you're there to make a transformational change for the customer. You're not there for you, you're there for the customer. And if you can't get out of your chair, what are you doing? So the key to the meet and greet to start is understanding that when we are in a meet and greet, when we're meeting someone for the first time, what is it specifically that we're doing? We want to be out of our chair. Let's see what my slides say. Oh, meet and greet must. Excellent. Okay, we'll go through the musts. We need to be out of our chair though. Good, it's number 1. I know my own slides, that's good. I don't know what number 2 is. Oh yeah, that one, cool. So when you have a meet and greet, what do we do in a meet and greet? A client is going to walk into my display here, they're going to walk across and they're going to walk in, my office here, and then they're going to walk into my display over here. I'm going to pretend my chair is here. What should I do when someone walks into my display? Again, this is display homes. If we move into offices and then telephone, it's slightly different. I'll talk to you guys on that in a bit. When someone comes into our display, it is our responsibility to stand. We're not going to have brochures in our hand because we're going to see that in a moment. We're going to leave behind our desk and we're going to stand in between them and where they need to go to. It's key. Why are we standing in the way of them to where they need to go to? Because we know every client just wants to walk in and walk past you because they don't want to be sold to. Guys, that's not leading or guiding a client. That's the client leading the transaction or the sale. It's your job to lead and guide that client into the buying environment. So when a client walks into my display, I get out of my chair, I go and find the most inconvenient place for me to stand for where they have to walk, because then they're not going to barge me down. They're going to sit there and they're going to at least have a conversation with me. That's the key. Your key is to open the conversation route so you can ask a couple of questions, get to know your client, start to do rapport building, and then lead and guide them into the next section. So, meet and greet. Our musts. We must be out of our chair and we must stand in the way of them and the entry into the display. How many of you don't do that? When someone comes in, I can't even do it because I'm laughing at myself, but how many of you just sit there and go, when someone walks in because you don't want to serve them, have a big, beautiful smile. You guys have beautiful teeth. You have a nice smile. Get it out. People want to feel comfortable around you, and they're going to feel comfortable around you if you're happy and you're relaxed. Obviously, don't do the stupid smile where you're like, but do a nice, beautiful smile so that the person can see you, who you are, and they can see that they're genuinely, they're not going to be impeding you. And that's the key for the smile, because it's like, I'm happy to see you. And then 4th, be genuine. Write those down. So these aren't the 4 that you're going to put in, but these are just notes for you. Oh, don't worry. The little ones are just one-liners. But yeah, you can write these into 1, 2, 3, and 4. It doesn't matter. These are just musts that you must do on every meet and greet. Every meet and greet, you're out of your chair, you stand in the way of your client walking into your display, you have a nice, big, beautiful smile, and you be genuine. Don't worry, guys. We got more pages. We can do that later. Now, what happens when they come in? The 6 keys to the meet and greet. So these are the 6 boxes you have. I screwed you on that. I'm sorry. I should have said to not write anything down. I just got you to record yourselves. Come on, guys. We can be a bit uncomfortable now. So, hands up right now, or not hands up, shout out. What is the first thing as a salesperson must get? Correct. First one, name. Second, which is what? Yep, and then number 3? Perfect. Are you a salesperson that just gets those 3? When someone comes in and you meet them for the first time, do you just get them 3? Or do you get more than that? Of course you get more situation, but I'm going to be honest with you, the amount of salespeople, I call them average salespeople. I have to use the word average because I used to use loser and people would get really annoyed. But losers don't even get those 3. They just have someone come in and they shoo them into the display. That's a loser. That's average sales. I'll never stand for that. A good salesperson will get those 3. And why I say a good salesperson is because our industry is full of very average people that don't even get those 3. A good salespeople will get a name, a number, and an email. Now, which one of those 3 is the most important? Cool, so circle number. Why is number? Because no one reads emails anymore. When you get their phone number, you can send the video message to them. Again, we're doing the video message. 4th, land information. After you find out their name, number, and email, can you build for them or do you have to find them land? In order for you to help them, you need to have this information. This is what a great sales consultant will get, is the next 3. What's the 5th? Nope. Never ever say the word budget around me. I hate that word. That's the big F word to me. Well, it's a B word, sorry, but I hate budget because it puts the client into a box, and you put that client into a box in your own head. Never ever ask budget yet. The client will tell you if it's out of their budget. It's your job to make them believe it's in their budget. Land information. What's the 5th thing we need to get? Correct, design. And then we actually had the 6th one, which was? Correct. Client's main buying goal. Write those 6 down. Let's go through each one of them. A great sales consultant will get those 6. A name, a number, an email, a good sales consultant. Land information, house design, client's main buying goal, a great sales consultant. I would actually argue and say that an elite sales consultant gets the client's main buying goal, and then an epic sales consultant links it to their desire. They align and then they hit the client with the desire. Why is it important to get land information? Because we need to know what to send them. Why is it important to get a house design? Because we need to make sure that we can service them. Why is it important to get the client's main buying goal? Because that's ultimately what we need to find out if this client is a sale or not. After we get those 6 points, what do we move into? The elite consultants' musts. So I want you to write these down underneath the 6. Again, it should be just 4 or 5 of these points. An elite sales consultant is the person who operates at the top of their game. This is what we're aiming to become today. The elite sales consultant gets... Elite sales consultants will build to finalize the following every time. Record everything you and the client discuss on text message and send a copy to your clients so both parties can refer back to it. Hands up in this room, who still uses a clipboard and a page to record notes with your customers? Probably most of you. Well, no one uses clipboards anymore. How do you guys record notes of what the client wants? Record the meeting in display homes? So you just have the phone on recording? Oh, epic. Beautiful. The wide bay is actually ahead of me. I still write it out physically on my device because I use shorthands and I use what I want. But yeah, that is exactly, that's why she's closing 1 and 8. You guys are closing 1 and 16. Let's be real. You record everything a client and you discuss and you send on text so you and the client and both parties can refer back to your notes. When a client comes in and says, I want to build a 4-bedroom home, have 3 kids, yada, 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 record it all down. When they come back in and say, why are you recommending this or why are we doing this? You can refer back. Or if you just forgot what you talked with the client about, you've got a full recollection of it with their phone number. 2, get all 6 keys, obviously. 3, create the follow-up meeting. It's still crazy to me how many sales consultants get the information from clients and say they're going to send something to them, but never set up a follow-up meeting or a follow-up task for that client to come back in and discuss with you. Elite salespeople will create the follow-up meeting. 4, this is the most important one, guys. I want you to write that down. An elite sales consultant, in every single interaction they ever have with a client, should leave the client in step 4 of the 7 keys to selling, the 7 steps to selling. You should leave every client you ever discuss with anything you do in a desired state when they leave your office. Why? Because when you leave someone in a desired state, it's like a sugar rush. They feel so good. As soon as they leave you, they start to feel bad. They want to get that endorphin rush again. They're going to come back to you. An elite sales consultant's meet and greet follows that formula up there. Record everything so you remember what you discussed. You need to be a professional. That's what being a professional is. Get all 6 keys so you can actually help the client. Create the follow-up meeting so after you've done the work for the client, you can show the client. Leave the client with the desired state. How many of you guys do that every time? Apart from Wide Bay. I'm not going to ask you guys, everyone else. That is what it takes to be an elite sales consultant when you do a meet and greet. When we come back for lunch, we're going to do a bit of role-playing with this individually. You're not going to do it in front of people. But I'm going to take you through the script because I have got a bit of time, and it's pretty quick to get through those. Oh, and then complete the follow-up checklist, sorry. That essentially is doing the follow-up and then completing the checklist. So it's all well and good for you to do all this work, but if you don't actually do the work for the client, then what are you actually doing? And then we're breaking for lunch. But after lunch, we're going to go into this, and we're going to go through this before we go to lunch because I've got 15 minutes to burn here. So, the script. When someone comes into our home, this is what we want to use as our starter if you don't know what to say already. So if you don't know what to say, we're going to follow this script. Hi, my name is Jason and welcome to Stroud Homes. Or hi, welcome to Stroud Homes, my name is Jason. Keyword there, I will be your personal new home consultant. Why do we use the word personal? Correct, sorry? Correct. This journey, this transformational journey is an individual journey for them. You're the person that's going to help them. You're their personal assistant. So many people, when they do this, are just the consultant. So as soon as that client leaves, walks into the next display, they don't remember that person. But if you give that client that little nugget going, you're my personal assistant, I'm going to think back to that person. All we're trying to do is encourage the client with simple words and simple tricks that they won't forget who we are. We want to become undeniable. Hi, my name is Jason. Welcome to Stroud Homes. I will be your personal new home consultant. Again, you guys are in territory, so have you been through one of our beautiful displays before? For you guys, I would probably actually change question 3 to instead of are you looking at single or doubles, where are you looking to build? Because of your territories. Because I understand that if someone's looking in the Ripley region, you can't sell them if you're on the north side. So I think that question there for the single or double, I used this question when I sold because I had both singles and doubles at my displays. And it allowed me to know which way I was going to take the clients. I would ask that question to see if you guys can service them or if you have to refer them on to one of your colleagues. I don't know what your territory rules are, but that's something for you guys. You know what that is and you can discuss that. Have you been through one of our beautiful displays before? Whereabouts were you looking to build your house? I understand that question is very important to you guys. And then whatever answers they give you throughout that process, the last thing we say is amazing. Please follow me. Why is that last line so important? Why is that, yeah? Why is that last line so important, yeah? Correct. And what happens every time? Well, 9 times out of 10, what happens when that happens? They don't want to talk to you. I'll say fuck all on the Mac, it's fine. I'm a bit nervous, you know, oh shit. Amazing, please follow me. Remember, what was the goal of a sale? To lead and guide your client. A client can't be led unless they're following you. Hi, my name is Jason. Welcome to Stroud Homes. I'll be your personal new home consultant. Have you been through one of our beautiful displays before? The builder I used to work for, I'd have to use that because I need to know if I've got a cross lead. Are you guys looking at building a single or double? For you guys, are you looking at building in the area or are you looking at building somewhere else to find out if you can help them? Whatever their answer is, amazing, please follow me. Even if they say they're not building in your area, amazing, please follow me. Still get the details because you're giving the referral to your company so your company can make more sales. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but that's what an elite salesperson would do. They would still get the details and give it on to whoever needs to help them out. So, as a group, we're going to all say it together because we got 10 minutes before lunch. I want you guys to say that script out loud all together, because when we come back in for lunch, you guys are going to go off in 2 people at a time, and you're going to go off and do this on your own. So, hi, welcome to Stroud Homes. My name is, and I will be your personal new home consultant. Sound like I'm doing vows for you, brother. Epic. Have you been through one of our beautiful displays before? Great. Are you looking at building in the area? Are you looking at building single story or double story? Amazing. Please follow me. Why is this key, guys? Because this is the first time you guys are meeting the client. This is very professional. It's very basic. Anyone can learn that, and anyone can do that. If you get more comfortable, so I have franchisees in the room that sell on emotion. I was talking to some of them at lunch. You guys can obviously tailor your intro to be, hey, my name is whoever from Stroud Homes. I'm the owner. How can I help you? Obviously, it depends on your role, but if you're a salesperson, this is the easiest script. Script for when you lead them into displays. Awesome, guys. We no longer carry paper copies of our display brochures. I'm going to text you through that information now. What was your phone number? Why is that key? Because we're getting a piece of information from them without it sounding like I'm just asking for their phone number. How do we do that? Because you guys are going to practice this after lunch. We're doing the role play of this after lunch on your own. Awesome, guys. So what happens? They walk into my display. Watch. They walk into my display. They're walking here. I'm standing here. I'm going to be in their way. Hey, guys. Welcome to Stroud Homes. My name is Jason. I'll be your personal new home consultant. Have you been through one of our beautiful displays before? No? Amazing. Are you guys looking at building in the area? Awesome. Please follow me. Turn around and then start guiding them into your display. Again, this is for display homes. Then look away from them. You're going to do a mental trick now. You're going to look away from them. You're going to let them follow you because they know you know they're following you. And then you're going to, awesome, guys, we don't use paper brochures anymore. We text it through. What was your phone number? I'll text you through our PDF of our brochures now. 04. 9 times out of 10, people are just going to give you their number. But you know no one wants to give you their phone number, but it's the most important information we need to get. So what we're doing is we're looking away from them. We're not looking at them because we want that mental trick of them trying to indicate to us with their body language that they don't want to do this. We're trying to not see that. We're trying to pretend that doesn't exist and just be confident that we're going to get their phone number. As soon as you feel any hesitation, give it a few seconds. Hey guys, it was 04. Look back and go, hey guys, everyone does this. It's just part of getting to display brochures. Everyone has to get this when they walk through. It was 04, and just keep saying it and they'll give it to you. Maybe 1 out of every 30 people won't. Just let that person go. But 29 of 30 people will give it to you in that way. Next question. So we've got their phone number. You would have found out what their name is. The next one, we're going to get to know if they have land. This is awesome, this question. Amazing, guys. Do you know what size house would fit on your land? What is the only 2 answers that the client can give you if you ask that question? They can either say, yep, I don't have any land, or yes, I don't know what house would fit on, but I have land. Awesome, guys. What kind of land? What size was that? It's an invitation for you to get in and find that information. Again, all of the questions here are inconspicuous. They're ways of getting the information out without trying to interrogate a client. Because we're not into the exploration stage right now. We're in the rapport building stage, and we're getting information out of them without them necessarily being not clued on, but just it's more of a relaxed setting. Great. So what is the key? If they don't have a block of land, what are we doing? We're sending them an email. Hey guys, no dramas, you don't have land. I have every developer in the area, every home and land package currently, everything that we currently do with land. I'll send you an email that has all that. Why? Because it has nothing to do with me. You guys need to go and get the land first. I'll send that email through to you, and once you have that email, obviously you have their email, but once they have the email, they can then go and find a block of land. Because again, your goal is to help them get land and source land to build a house. So, awesome guys, you know what kind of house would fit on your land? No, we don't have any land. Great, I'll send you the information. Yes, I do have land. Awesome, find out what the land is and text them on the spot. And then start the 7 steps of selling. So you've got their name, number, and email, regardless of which way you did. Now you want to start doing the rapport building with the customer, and then while you're in the display with them, you're going to build them up, you're going to qualify them, and then you're going to find out their house needs, and then the customer's main buying why. The last one before we move on, I think it moves on, yeah, the roadmap after this. The last one before we move on is, after you've done these steps, how do we get the client's main buying goal out inconspicuously? You do it like this, watch. So, you've got the name, number, email, you've got their land details, you're probably going to have some sort of house idea now. How do we get the client's main buying goal out? We do it like this. After you finish your walkthrough meeting, doing whatever you wanted to do, talking to the client, building rapport in the display, we're going to do this. It's a very inconspicuous way. It's a very manipulative way, we're going to turn and walk away like a soap opera. You're going to say, hey guys, have a walk through. If there's any questions, come and grab me. Turn and walk away. Just like a soap opera. What happens in every soap opera, they get to the end of the scene, they stop, and then they look back. It's so cringe when you're watching me do it like this, but trust me, it works. It's really awkward. You're going to look back and go, guys, I'm so sorry. You're going to genuinely be sorry. I forgot to ask, why are you actually looking to build a home? Why? Because as soon as you said, great guys, take your time, look around, as soon as you said that and you start walking away, the guard's completely dropped. The point is you need to get their guard down to ask him this question. You stop, you turn back, hey guys, I'm so sorry. Damn, I forgot why I didn't ask, but why are you looking to build a house? Whatever answer they give you there, that's more likely what the client's main buying goal is. Then you hit them with the only bit of, so this man at the backyard talked with the glasses earlier, the only time you ever use anything negative is right here. They're giving you their main buying goal, which is their why that makes them cry. You then ask them here, guys, you know how hard it is to actually build a house? You want them to reinforce you that despite how hard it is, how long it's going to take, how much it's going to cost, they want to build that house. Okay? So you've asked for their main buying goal, they've given it to you. You're then going to hit them and you're going to do almost a reality check of going, it's really hard to do this. Are you sure you want to do it? Because once they say, yes, this is what we want, they've mentally committed to you saying, yes, we're willing to go through whatever it takes to do this. It's key because it's going to find out if it's the main buying goal. Why? Because if it's not really interested in them, if they don't really care about that, then they're going to go, oh no, we're probably looking at maybe buying something existing. Cool. Well, then what's the real main buying goal? That's what we're trying to establish right now. So as soon as you finish, you're going to walk away, you're going to stop, look back at your client. Guys, I'm so sorry. What was the reason you're actually looking to build up? Forgot to ask you. Silly me. That answer, guys, you do know it's quite hard building a house. I just wanted to make sure you wanted to do this. Yeah, we do, Jason. Boom. That's the client's main buying goal. You've got all 6 steps. What do we do as soon as we finish with that client? Now when we go back into the display, start alignment. Go back in, get our brochures, get the 3 homes that they're going to have, and you're going to present that to them when they come back in. When the client leaves, the client has an aligned house that they've picked based on the client's main buying goal, and you're going to leave them in a decide state. A meet and greet should have that at its essence on every single one. So many consultants just have a client walk in and walk out. You got none of that information. You have a client walk in, you get a name number because they're quite interested in the house. You send them a floor plan, never talk to them again. You get clients, you get the land information, you do a sighting even, you get information, you just send it to them, you never hear from them again. Some consultants send a price out at that point, never hear from them again. This is the key to get the client to come back and be re-engaged. Because I've got the client's main buying goal, I've aligned the client's goals, and then I've built it up in them with the desired state that they need to come back and get that feeling. So there was a lot you took there. I know I rambled.